Welcome back to Katy on the Farm. Thank you for joining me. Today we're at Canewater Farm outside Darien, Georgia with Rafe Rivers and his wife Ansley, where they and their crew are organic growers supplying the southern U.S., particularly us here in South Georgia. So let's go take a tour, talk to them, and see what they're growing.
Camping World of Valdosta, located in Lake Park, is your one-stop destination for all your camping needs. Stop by to see your dreams of quality time with your family become a reality. Whether it's tailgating with your air-conditioned camper, taking a trip to the mountains or beach with your family, or driving your motorhome to a faraway destination, Camping World has it all. Let us put you and your family in a camper for as little as $99 per month. And remember, when you buy a camper from Camping World of Valdosta, you receive a free Elite Good Sam membership, roadside assistance, and travel assist for 1 year.
Carter's Fried Chicken in Homerville has become the gold standard for fried chicken barbecue and catering. Carter's also offers a full menu of other tasty items and is open on Sunday. Thanks, Chad Brown, for making dining at Carter's a family tradition in Homerville. Want to learn more about rural America? Watch CreekboxTV.
Welcome back. I'm here with Rafe Rivers at Canewater Farm outside Darien, Georgia. Now, Rafe, would you tell our audience about your background, a little bit about your story and how you landed here?
Yeah, so again, my name is Rafe Rivers, and my wife Ansley and I own and operate Canewater Farm, and we are an organic vegetable farm. We have 20 acres here that we have certified organic, and we primarily grow vegetables and some flowers and some herbs, but primarily vegetables. And we also run a mill at my wife's family farm up in North Georgia, where we mill organic corn for grits, cornmeal, polenta, and corn flour. So we sell that and our vegetables and some heritage breed hogs up there as well across the low country. So basically from Sea Island, St. Simons, a little bit here in Darien, and then up in Savannah, and then up to sometimes Bluffton, South Carolina, and then we sell to Hilton Head, South Carolina, and then every once in a while to Charleston and Atlanta. So that's
really wide
most of our business is restaurant business, about 80%, and then we go to the Forsyth Park Farmers Market in Savannah every Saturday with our vegetables, 52 weeks a year. And we're starting to pick up another market in Bluffton, South Carolina.
That's really impressive,
yeah.
And I'm really impressed looking around. What's your background? You obviously have some skills and are really familiar with what you're doing. This is not a normal startup. How did you get here?
This is our third year, and I have great employees who know what they're doing, and that's a big part of it. So we have a really great team, 6 folks now working with us, and some mostly full, some part-time. And yeah, we work year-round. We're fortunate we can grow 52 weeks a year here outside. We do have a couple hoop houses, which we'll look at, where we grow crops in the winter, but we're fortunate. Here we are in mid-December, and you know, we're able to grow in the field, and we will use row cover and different methods when we do have cold nights, like Friday night coming up. We'll use row cover to protect our crops, but we don't have to have hoop houses, but it just helps generate more greens in the winter quicker than we would have out in the field.
Absolutely.
So it's a great tool, and we can start things earlier, such as tomatoes we can put in February. you know, when you typically couldn't put them out until maybe April 1st.
Okay.
So it extends our growing season quite a bit. Yeah, so anyway, we're fortunate we can grow year-round, and that's really beneficial to our business model.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're in year 3 here?
Year 3 is our 3rd year of production. Where we're standing now, all this 20 acres back here was a pine stand, and it was a planted pine stand. It had already been, you know, the hardwoods had been timbered before, and they had planted pine, and we had purchased the property. Our family purchased the property from with the bank foreclosure, so this was all just kind of let go for a while, and we sold the timber and then used those funds to kind of root rake and clear the land, so to speak. And then we, you know, obviously had to add quite a bit of lime, which we do every year. We have very acidic soils here, some as low as 4.5, and so we have to use quite a bit of lime. And then you asked earlier about our kind of how we farm. Our fertility program is lime. We buy in compost, great organic compost from Longwood Plantation, and they're in Sylvania, Georgia, a couple hours north of here, just north of Savannah, and they make a great product, and we're able to use that. And then we use cover crops, which we can look at too. We grow quite a bit of cover crops, and that's our in-house fertility, as well as a organic fertilizer as well. And then we obviously have, at times we have to use organic sprays that are OMRI certified to combat the pest and disease, which are really tremendous here in the summer times. So that's probably one of our greatest challenges. Is our soil is our greatest challenge because it's very sandy. It looks really nice in black dirt now because it's just rained 4 inches, but it's kind of like beach sand, so that's an issue. To build or maintain soil health is difficult, and then the summertime it really poses a challenge with the pest and disease, and for the working conditions can be quite difficult. We have to wear bug suits to keep the sand gnats and mosquitoes and such off. So our crew, our employees are really great to stick it out through the tough months. So.
Yeah, we're familiar. All of us in the area are familiar
That's
with
right. You guys
the
live in the
gnats
swamp,
and the
so.
So this isn't your first time around with farming, though. You've had a lot of experience on some pretty well-known farms, in fact.
Great. Yeah, I've had some great mentors. You know, I worked for Fifth Crow Farm. They're a wonderful farm in Pescadero, California. Quite a bit larger than us, organic vegetable farm serving the San Francisco Bay Area. And I was at Seeds of Change in northern New Mexico before they changed hands, and had an organic seed company and trial farm. And then also worked at a great farm, Jericho Settlers Farm up in Vermont near Burlington, and then some other great farms here and there in Idaho and overseas a little bit, and I worked for a little bit in the meat industry for Bill Nyman. He's a great guy. He's got a great business, being ranch. So really have had some great people help shape, and then kind of how we started our farm. So I got to see, even though a lot of different, the farms are in quite different markets and different soils and climates, able to kind of glean a lot of knowledge about their tools and systems and try to use what I could here with the resources we had and the climate and that we have here. So yeah, and went to school at UC Santa Cruz. They have a sustainable agriculture program, the agroecology program, which attended that. And then before that, went to undergraduate school at University of Georgia. Yeah. So
that's a lot of experience you bring back.
So yeah, and I'm from Georgia, so we moved around quite a bit, and we just saw a huge opportunity here on the Georgia coast. There's some wonderful farmers who go to the Savannah area, but there's not enough, so we kind of help fill part of that niche.
That's wonderful. We see that all over this region.
Yeah,
there's kind
there's
of
still a lot of room to
more
grow.
demand than supply right now.
Right.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for helping us understand where you're coming from. We're glad you've brought all this back to our area. Should we take a walk around? Let's show us around the farm?
Yeah, please.
All right, great.
Yeah, so here in this field, quick little overview, we have a planting of kale, several varieties of kale, collard greens, head lettuce over there, and then behind us here is a field of head lettuce, bok choy, scallions, fennel, kohlrabi, more kale, more collards, and And these are crops we'll grow in the fall. We can't start here till like late September, depending on the heat and the weather, and then we grow them through the winter. And we just keep transplanting all winter long and then into the spring, and then we have kind of an abrupt stop of winter in like April, May, and it's just too hot to grow some of these greens. And then in the summertime, we grow your traditional southern crops of sweet potato, okra. We grow a lot of different varieties of peppers that work well here. We try hard at growing tomatoes. I don't know how successful we are at it, but we're trying to get better every year. But we really we struggle with tomatoes here, but we're trying to get better. And lots of eggplant. We grow lots of eggplant, several varieties, and
It loves the climate.
yeah, loves the climate here. So yeah, those are some of the crops we grow, and yeah.
Well, great.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at some of your hoop houses.
Yeah, and we also, a big part of our winter production is our baby greens. So arugula and mizuna and salad mix and spring mix and different garnishes, baby garnishes for restaurants. So that's we do that every single week, all winter long. So we don't stop that ever. And that's a big part of our winter production. So it's a great time to farm in the winter here.
Yeah, it really is.
Perfect climate, and the pest and disease problems are lower, and it's just a better working condition all around.
Less stress.
Yeah, we get several frosts, but nothing too cold, and yeah, so it's a great place to farm for those reasons.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ray.
Of course.
Hi, I'm Katy Rogers. I hope you'll be right back after this message to join me.
Lee Engineering and Construction Company in DuPont, Georgia has been a part of the community since 1935 and is proud to support Clinch County athletics. The prayer of the entire Lee Engineering family is that our Lord and Savior will richly bless our schools, community, and nation. Lutz, Brown, Piegler, and Manley Insurance Agency is locally owned and has been a part of the Homerville, Clinch County community for many years. Jeff Brown and Eric Lutz make it a priority to know their clients on a personal basis and take pride in customizing insurance coverage for the particular needs of each customer. They offer all lines of insurance, including auto, home, business, life insurance, annuities, and bonds. Lutz, Brown, Piegler, and Manley Insurance Agency, East Dame Avenue, Homerville.
Want to learn more about rural America? Watch CreekboxTV.
So what am I looking at, Ray?
Yeah, so this is one of our greens fields. So as I mentioned earlier, every week we do a big block of greens, baby greens we call. So radishes, turnips, arugula, mesclun mix, salad mix, different greens for garnish. And right now we're looking at we just cut this yesterday after 4 inches of rain, so it doesn't look as beautiful as it did, but
looks great.
We just cut it. So this was a bed of mizuna, which is similar to arugula, a little milder in flavor. Different texture, but you can definitely taste it and eat it. It's a beautiful green, a little sandy from the rain. And this is what we call golden frills, which is like a garnish you see a lot of restaurants use on their plate, and it's got a nice mustard flavor to it. A bed of radishes there, and then behind us we have our spring mix, our salad mix, some onions planted that we just got in the ground, and then more salad mix and turnips and more onions and some garlic, kind of scattered throughout this field. But we do a big block of these every week. We just kind of move around from field to field and do more greens.
I'm loving the biodiversity, not just the aesthetics of it, but the overall biodiversity. It's nice to see places going away from the monocropping idea instead of doing an entire acre of each thing.
And this was in summer cover crops. Before, this summer was all in cowpeas, so it helps put nitrogen back in the soil. So this was in cowpeas all summer, and then we incorporated the cowpeas right when they go to flower, and that's when they the nitrogen fixation is happening, and then we clean the field up and we bed up and we do our greens here first. So we kind of double crop it. This is all greens, and then those were greens, and now we transition into alliums, which are the garlic and onions and leeks. So this field will be just all onions and garlic, because these don't take so much from the soil, so we do one cutting. We'll get a couple cuttings off it, then one planting, and then we'll turn it in and plant all of our alliums here for the winter. And when they come out, then they'll get another cover crop. So we try to always go from plantings to cover crop. Yeah, and so.
That's fantastic. Would you take us and show us some of your cover crops?
I will.
All right, thanks. All right, so for those of us who don't know or are unfamiliar, explain cover cropping a little bit and tell us what we're looking at here.
Yeah, so cover cropping is a large part of organic production. So most organic farms rely heavily on cover crops as part of their on-farm fertigation program, so to speak. So basically, there's all types of cover crops, and they're used for so many different reasons to cover the soil, from erosion to capture any excess nutrients that have been left in the soil. They can uptake them through their roots and capture those so you have them for future plantings. Nitrogen fixation, so these are peas here. So we usually do a legume with a non-legume as like a nurse crop. So this is peas and oats. So the oats grow pretty thick in here, and then the peas will kind of trellis up the oats, and the peas are where you get your nitrogen fixation from when they go to flower in the spring. This is not as thick as peas as we'd like. We had 2.5 months with no rain, so it's been kind of tough, and the oats have done really well, and the peas have done okay, but not as strong as we would like. Yeah, so we'll plant a whole field of this, and this will be all winter, and then we're actually going to come back this summer and do another summer cover crop. So we might actually plant this field. It was in a summer cover crop of cowpeas all summer. So we usually do a summer cover crop, then a winter cover crop, and then a summer planting and a winter planting, kind of like that. Most farms rotation, like in New England or other places or colder climates, North Georgia, wherever, might do a big summer planting into the fall, and then a winter cover crop, and then come back and plant in the spring. But we hit it pretty hard, and so we do like a winter, then a summer planting, and then do, just due to our different climate here, it kind of works for us. And then we get 2 back-to-back full cover crops. We don't have to cut it short. We let it get its full maturity. And
add more OM.
Yeah, so it basically builds organic matter, helps with the soil structure, it adds nitrogen, it captures excess nutrients. And another great thing it does is helps control weeds. So if this field just sat here right now, and we turned our summer cover crop in and just sat here in the winter, you'd have some erosion from that 4-inch rain we had, number one. Number two, the weeds would be growing like gangbusters right now because there's nothing to outcompete it. So this outcompetes the weeds, and that's a big part of our weed management and fertility program.
Excellent. So are you going to mow this down and leave it lay, or are you going to turn it in?
In the spring, we'll mow it, and then it's a good question. We actually turn it in as soon as possible, because when it's green, it has all its nitrogenous properties, and if it sits there and dries out, it'll become more carbonaceous. So it's easier also on the implements, and it's quicker to turn in. So we'll turn it in, we'll disc it in right after we mow it. Some people have flail mowers that cut up the cover crop a little quicker, and some people use spaders to slowly incorporate it. We use a regular bush hog and a regular disc harrow, the resources we have available to use, and it works great in these sandy soils. We don't feel like we need more than that. You can make some money on your cover crop. So this is winter peas, and in the springtime when they're nice and fresh, or even right now, there's some really nice ones. We could actually be cutting these and selling them to restaurants. They love it as pea tendrils. So it's got a great flavor.
It is.
You don't find them often other places, so you can offer the restaurant something they can't find from a distributor. So you can get kind of an extra asset out of it by harvesting and selling it.
Dual purpose.
Yeah. Most farmers grow it solely for the purpose of building soil and the other properties I spoke of, but you can make a little bit of money off it. So.
That's fantastic. Thank you for explaining that.
Of course, yeah.
Hi, I'm Katy Rogers. I hope you'll be right back after this message to join me.
Carter's Fried Chicken in Homerville has become the gold standard for fried chicken barbecue and catering. Carter's also offers a full menu of other tasty items and is open on Sunday. Thanks, Chad Brown, for making dining at Carter's a family tradition in Homerville.
Since 1972, Popeyes has been serving up mouth-watering, delicious, hot and mild fried chicken and chicken tenders from its Louisiana kitchen. You know about our great chicken, but have you tried our tasty seafood? All of our menu items come with a Southern style all their own. On your way to or after the game, stop by Popeyes and remember we can handle all your special event catering needs. Conveniently located on Memorial Drive in Waycross, Popeyes puts a piece of Louisiana in every single meal.
Want to learn more about rural America? Watch CreekboxTV.
So this is Brendan Gannon, and he's the production manager here at Canewater Farm. And Brendan, it is gorgeous out here. I have to say, this is really remarkable. And I know this is these systems have been largely implemented by you. So
Sure.
What are your favorite methods? What has allowed you to have this incredible production where you are?
Well, my favorite methods for production is kind of uniformity. So when we plant a bed, we plant everything in straight lines. So we come through, mark it with the tractor, plant everything in straight lines, and that way we can mechanically cultivate it. So we have a tractor that we use just for cultivating. And it has different implements that kind of go through and clean up all the weeds.
I'm seeing standardized beds to
everything's
match your
standardized
equipment.
widths, and all of our equipment is fitted for the size of our beds.
Okay, all right. And these are you 36 inch, 30 inch?
They're 52 inch
52,
beds,
all right. All right.
And so it's from furrow to furrow, it's 6 feet.
And I see the beds are really clean. What do you guys do out here to manage weeds?
Well, a lot of it is it's just timing. So we just try to hit the beds at the right time when the weeds are just coming up. Because if you let them get big, then it's a problem. They'll come right back after you till up the soil.
Right, so you're letting them germinate and knocking them down.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so you have nothing left. That's fantastic. So what are your favorite things to grow out here? And what are your struggles? What are your struggles in our area? Because we all have them.
We've been really struggling with root crops. We grow turnips and carrots, but for some reason, I think it's our sandy soils. It's harder for them to grow than it would be somewhere, say, with nice loamy soils.
Right, right, understandably.
Yeah.
Understandably. But you're clearly successful in the cooler weather with the greens.
Yeah, oh yeah, the greens they're amazing.
They look fantastic, and that's great because it's a local favorite, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly,
very
yeah.
appropriate, culturally significant foods.
Oh yeah, we sell to restaurants probably the most collard greens and kale more than anything else, so it's been really great for us. And
how much space is under cultivation right now?
Right now we probably have about 4 acres, 3 acres. That's including our hoop houses, which we just seeded.
Right, and that's significant. You're not doing this alone. You have help.
No, yeah, definitely not alone. We have a great crew. The owner is amazing, Rafe, and he's also he started the whole thing, and everything pretty much is due to his hard work and then the crew's hard work. So
that's wonderful.
I've been really lucky with our staff.
What's your background? How did you land here at Canewater?
I was farming in New York for about the past 3 years. And I'm originally from South Carolina, from the Low Country, and I just wanted to be back home, basically, near family. And
absolutely,
so it's been great.
Absolutely,
and I've really enjoyed the different challenges in the climate, and as well as some of the great food around here. So.
Yeah, well, we're glad to have you back. Thank you for talking to us today.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Katy Rogers. I hope you'll be right back after this message to join me.
Dairy Queen is a proud part of our local communities and is cheering our sports teams on to championship seasons. Drop by before and after the game to say hello to Mr. Ash and his entire crew and enjoy the full Dairy Queen menu, including our famous grilled burgers, artisan-style sandwiches, and chicken strips. Cool off with our renowned smoothies, slushies, malts, and iced coffees. Try our fabulous desserts and take an ice cream cake home for that special occasion, or just to treat the family. Dine in or take out at Dairy Queen locations in Homerville, Blackshear, Folkestone, and Fernandina Beach. See you at the DQ. Camping World of Valdosta, located in Lake Park, is your one-stop destination for all your camping needs. Stop by to see your dreams of quality time with your family become a reality. Whether it's tailgating with your air-conditioned camper, taking a trip to the mountains or beach with your family, or driving your motorhome to a faraway destination, Camping World has it all. Let us put you and your family in a camper for as little as $99 per month. And remember, when you buy a camper from Camping World of Valdosta, you receive a free Elite Good Sam membership, roadside assistance, and travel assist for 1 year.
Want to learn more about rural America? Watch CreekboxTV.
So, in our discussion about weed control, you were talking about the mechanics of it. Can you explain to our audience how that works here?
Yeah, we have an old Kubota tractor that's made just for cultivating. So it's also a high clearance tractor, which is really important for what we do, because you can see we're growing the kale and the collards to get pretty tall. So this can drive over without disturbing the plants. And also it's a very adjustable tractor, so it has a belly bar on it and a toolbar in the back. You can put all these different implements and really fine tune it for your systems. So I can do this whole field in probably about an hour with the tractor. It would take 3 people all day to do this by hand. So it's been really great for us.
And that enables the large scale production.
Exactly, yeah, it really saves on labor and really fine tunes everything.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I've noticed having the right equipment is really, really critical.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I've never, although I have great respect for them, I've never understood how people can be non-mechanized on any kind of scale. It's great and nostalgic and romantic, but
yeah, and also the tractor saves your back a little bit too, which is great.
Right, a notorious casualty of anything in agriculture is the back, right?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you for explaining that to us.
Yeah, no problem.
So, Brendan, tell me, where are we? What are we looking at? What do you do here?
Sure. So you're looking at one of our hoop houses. We have 2 on the property here, and we use them for winter production.
Okay.
So when it's colder outside, even though we can plant year-round here in southern Georgia, our hoop houses give us an advantage in the winter, because we can close them up at night and keep the temperature high.
Absolutely.
And then so we seed mostly greens, cutting greens in our hoop houses here. Like right now, this one has arugula and mizuna inside of it. So we seed it, and then at the end of the day, we'll close it up and it'll stay warm all night. And what that does is allows the crop to mature more quickly than it would out in the field. And also we get more production in these houses when we win the field, so more volume, more weight.
So market advantage that way too. Well, that's fantastic. I've really enjoyed our visit today. Thank you for talking with me.
Yeah, thank you.
Rafe, thank you so much for having us out today. We've really enjoyed our visit and we've learned a lot. If folks want to learn more about Canewater or even want to try sourcing your vegetables, where can they go?
Yeah, so first our website, which my wife Ansley does a wonderful job of running and maintaining our website. It's full of photographs and information about our farm and what we do, and about our employees. And then to purchase our produce, like I mentioned earlier, I think majority of our produce goes to restaurants from across the whole low country, and then we do sell at the Forsyth Park Farmers Market in Savannah, and then we sell at some great retail stores such as Turnip Greens here in Darien. They buy and sell our produce, and then you mentioned Dirt Road Organics in your neck of the woods, who will purchase and sell our produce through their CSA, and then we're also in a few stores at the market at Sea Island, up at Smith Brothers Butcher Shop in Atlanta. You can find our grits at Lucy's Market in Atlanta now, and Bird's Cookie Company in Savannah, several stores. So kind of all over this area at some retail stores.
That's great. And what is your website?
Canewaterfarm.com.
Excellent, and it's a beautiful site. You're absolutely right about your wife's work. It's a beautiful site. We enjoy going there. So look for Canewater Farm if you're looking for local produce as you go around, as you go to restaurants, and thank you for joining us today. Rafe, thanks again.
Thank you.
Join us next week as we get to tour Smith Family Dairy and learn all about their famous Georgia goat cheese. Thanks for being a part of Katy on the Farm.
Thank you for watching CreekboxTV.